What's poppin', y'all? The current pound for pound top snake champion of the streaming world, Tylil, thought he could come on here and clear his name, and it seems like he's only gotten himself into even muddier waters. He's got himself into a swamp because he would come out on stream and address a couple of different things, which is academics saying that he backdoored him, and also the Kai Cenat situation with breaking up Kai Cenat and Gigi. And we're going to break things up part by part and play every single relevant clip. So first we're going to play a couple of things from Tylil's response, and then we're going to address them in context with the different responses from other people that were delivered before, because there's some inconsistencies and Tylil thinks we're stupid the way that he's playing in this response. So I'm going to play you guys that first section of the clip of Tylil addressing everything.
Yeah, Kim, yo, you gotta understand, man. A lot of shit I be seeing and hearing, that shit is not true. You feel me? And I'm gonna just be honest. That shit is not true. The academics, right? And I'm not gonna yell, I'm not gonna scream because I don't even want to really even get my energy to the situation. But I don't got no problem to speak on it. It's a simple conversation. Like when I seen him. Academics has been posting my content since 2019 up to 2024 and crapping my name out. Young nigga coming up from the hood, you need as much exposure and you trying to get as much recognition as possible. So of course you're gonna feel away if it's cropping your ad out and putting his ad. You feel me? So now, that was my first time ever seeing academics in my whole life. At the Brain Risk event, I walked up to academics. Now, think about it. Academics said I backdoored you. How the fuck have why would I backdoor you if I seen you at the front door? Think about that. Academics, I seen you at the front door. Why the fuck I gotta backdoor you? If I had a problem with you, you knew that. You would've knew that. And you did. But was a problem enough to get a put his hands on you? And you think I'm gonna get it for my hand? You think I'm gonna put their hands on you, academics? If I wanted to be on straight, I would've did it myself, Muddy. Come on, Mud. But it was never that serious.
First off, what Tylil is talking about, yo, if it was I would have put my hands on you myself, you were going to put your hands on academics when academics was with his security at Aiden Ross's live event. No, you weren't. Unless you're a complete, absolute bumbling idiot, you were going to feel some pain. You were going to lose relationships. Aiden Ross would not have messed with you after that. Actually, Aiden Ross is one of the most forgiving people I've ever seen. So you would have probably been able to patch it up with him. But a lot of people would have disliked you because if you came out and said, yo, I put hands on academics because he never tagged me back in the day, they're going to look at you like, what? At Aiden Ross's event of all places? So, no. Now, the other part where he's talking about like, yo, it wasn't that serious. Listen, I believe the whole like tagging thing, especially after it's serious when you haven't made it yet. But if the person's already made it, and by made it, I mean is comfortable, isn't struggling, doesn't got roaches and rats in the crib, is not at the mama's crib. My right hand is raised. I'm at my mama's crib. So I do not fall under that. But then I can understand, but not Kai Cenat. Tylil has already made it. And he's talking like this. It's just, and he says, oh, it's not that big of a deal. No, it clearly seemed like a big deal because we're going to roll the clip right now of academic stream when he shows this exact clip.
Okay, oh, we don't have good audio. He's basically saying, yo, act, bro. Yo, you remember back in the day, he's talking about like 2020, like on some quarantine radio. Remember, Tory was the go to quarantine radio, but a lot of people don't know that Tylil, before he got into streaming, was like he was the guy that did called Demon Time. He used to have girls doing whatever. I used to post some of this shit. I never tagged him. He had about 1,700 pages because he used to get banned because it was explicit. So when I meet him, all of a sudden, remember, this is 2025. He's bringing it back to like 2020. He's like, yo, act, man. Yo, you know, you always want to get posted on your page. Yo, like, yo, you never ever tag me. And I'm hearing him out because I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I steal videos. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm confused about what Tylil is saying to me because I'm like, Tylil, you made it. Like, you're in AMP, you made it. But he's talking to me about Demon Time him having girls suck lollipops and dildos. I'm like, what? So we're having this convo. We didn't even know that the video is on us like this. Look, fuck.
I want Oblivion. I want Chibu. I want bring whoever's here. And I want Ant.
Okay, you heard what he just said? He said you never tagged me. Just to let y'all know, bro, I ain't got nothing to cap about with nobody. He said you never tagged me. I was thinking, wait, you're talking to me about me not tagging you in quarantine 2020? Look.
Here, Ant. I want Ant.
Look, you never tagged me. Right here. You never tagged me. You never tagged me. So you were saying you was using my content, you never tagged me. And that was supposedly Tylil's beef with me that I never tagged him. Bruh, there's some who I probably take your shit right now, I'll probably never tag you. I get it, I'm not tripping over that. But I was trying to tell Tylil, I'm like, yo, Tylil, you made it, gang. Like, bro, like, you're in the biggest whatever, like, you're Tylil now. Cool, whatever.
Uh-oh. Wait, what happened?
So you were saying that, yo, Act, you gotta realize how important you are. And I do understand that. You were saying, Act, you like, if you take a video and you put it up, that tag could mean the world to them. Like, you already you. Like, you could tag it and make him the biggest.
So as you guys saw, that was several minutes of this guy Tylil repeatedly saying like, yo, my tag, man, like you didn't tag me. You crop my... Now, I do think the cropping the thing out is wild grimy. Now, you guys sometimes see me blur certain logos here, but that's just because I'm trying to stay safe. You have the wrong logo up here on YouTube, you catch a strike, and then I can't even upload for 7 days. Who's going to feed the digital streets? Somebody's got to do it. So, you know, so I can keep my sanitation's license while I feed garbage out, or while I collect the garbage and do my job. You know, I gotta be a good boy. That's all there is to it. So for him to say that, let's be real here. And he's saying that he didn't send the guy. This is an important detail because, sure, maybe he's not the guy that told him like, yo, you got to pull up on academics for me and do this. No. But Tylil, a good snake, is going to say, wait, academics has talked a lot of trash about Lil Baby. And right here is Lil Baby's right-hand man, his assistant. And he's not too happy about academics. He doesn't like academics. So, and he wants to do something to academics. So if I get him close to academics, he'll do something. And it's a win-win. And I've got plausible deniability. So that's something a real snake would do, a little finger as they would call it. We might have to start calling Tylil the little finger of streaming. Let's be real here. It continues though, because keep in mind, there's this situation that he has with Kyle Rich, right? The guy that is Lil Baby's assistant. That's Kyle Rich. And in this next clip I'm going to play for you guys right now, this is where it gets a little bit devious, where he talks about it had nothing to do with him.
A conversation solved it all. I seen you at the Brandrest event. You feel me? I spoke to you about what you was doing that made me feel away. I shook your hand. You asked my number. I gave it to you. Simple. Academics. You came to this internet and you lied to these a lot of human that just believe whatever the they want. You came to the internet and you lied to these people and you said, I bought that man to your car. I 48'd the niggas around your car for him to get close to you, for him to put his hands on you. If the back door was coming from me, why the fuck did he get in your face and bring up the next man? Why did he say, yo, what's up, Act? Like, Ty said, like, it's smoke with you and him. Ty said it's a problem. And y'all had a standoff, and then he's swinging you about that. Whatever you had going on, that shit had nothing to do with me. On God. On God in heaven. That shit had nothing to do with me. Academic said he seen me on stage with Zeddy dancing like that, and he was trying to get my attention. Word to my mother, I didn't even see him in the club. I didn't even see academics in the club. On God. I didn't. What happened with him had nothing to do with me. Academics know he sit at his desktop and speak on certain and say shit about certain people that if I see him in person, something might happen. That don't got nothing to do with me. ain't got nothing to do with me. So you putting my name in that shit is lame. That's corny, gang. That shit have nothing to do with me. I didn't speak to nobody to make it get close to you. I didn't do none of that. I didn't do none of that. I didn't do none of that.
So this is what I said. This is little finger behavior. This is top snake behavior. What is he saying here? Tylil is saying, listen, you're telling me that I got this guy through all of your security? No. What academics clearly said was the only reason that Kyle Rich was able to get past his security is because he was with you, Tylil. And academics said, oh, that's Tylil. He's a streamer. I'm a streamer. He can get past. And that allowed your mans to get past. So yes, that's exactly why Kyle Rich got that close to academics in the first place. They're not letting a random pull straight up to his windshield. That's not happening. Or the window, whatever you want to call it. So yes, but here, where you see Tylil talking about it, this is the plausible deniability that a little finger really wants from Game of Thrones. He's like, listen, academics talks a lot of trash. And on top of that, listen, that guy said he had a problem. He talked to you about Lil Baby, right? He didn't say Tylil. He didn't say my name. So I don't have anything to do with it. But meanwhile, Tylil was clearly cheesing. He was jolly about the situation because he's thinking to himself, well, I got this gripe that I had with academics. This guy doesn't like him because of the Lil Baby situation. He just, quote unquote, slapped him. People are saying, oh, yo, academics lied. He actually got. I really don't care. But this this slap attempt happened, and he gets to say that he had nothing to do with it. Even though the only reason that guy got that close is because of that situation. And I believe that Tylil knew. There's no way Tylil didn't know that Lil Baby and academics had been getting into it. There's no that was all over the internet, especially if you follow hip hop. So that's why I say Tylil is a dangerous one to have around. But next, we're going to play this next clip now.
And then the next, you said Kai called you. No, you called Kai, and Kai called me. And when Kai asked me, I said, Kai, I don't know what he's talking about. That shit have nothing to do with me, bro. I don't have no problem with that man. And when I did, and when it was a situation with him, I addressed him face to face like a man. It didn't come from, it wasn't no backdoor. It wasn't no backstabbing shit. I looked him in his eyes. I say, yo, Act, what's up, Act? You been posting my content and not tagging me. Face to face. Any problem I had with you academics, I told you face to face. We had a conversation like grown men. Academics, I told you face to face. So I don't have to backdoor you. You said what you said, I said what I said. We shook hands. Shit was dead. Anything that happened after that didn't have nothing to do with me, bro. So stop trying to look for sympathy and Tylil did this, Tylil put this together. He did not call me 15 times. He's lying. He did not call me 15 times. He's lying. I did not walk nobody to his car to get past all he was with. He's lying. He's lying.
This is the weird part because he says, yo, he did not call me 15 times. Well, how many times did he call you? Because for sure, academics he's gonna roll through his phone. He's gonna go to the exact date and he's gonna say, these are the amount of times that I called Tylil. And he for sure called him a lot of times. Tylil's probably gonna be like, oh, well, he called me 9 times. You know, that's something that's gonna, I guess he didn't anticipate this part of it, but that's something that's going to come up. Academics is gonna pull the receipts for this. That's for sure. But not even just the calling part, like the whole Kai snap part, like I said, the way Tylil set this up is a professional snake. You could call him a cobra. Because even with Kai snap, he's like, yo, come on, Kai. Like, he had a problem with Lil Baby. That wasn't me. And Kai's like, yeah, you know, that makes sense. And it does make sense if you don't put all the other pieces that we're going to bring together. Because they said, academics' team said that dude that's attempted to slap him was in a Lamborghini Urus with Tylil. So immediately after the slapping event happens, you get Tylil in the car with the guy. Do you think the guy told Tylil that he smacked academics? Or do you think that guy just kept it to himself? Let's be real here. He told Tylil. So if he tells Tylil, let's just put you in the shoes of Tylil. Or I'm going to put myself in the shoes of Tylil. I'm Tylil. I have a gripe with academics. We hash it out. We talk about it a couple of minutes at brand risk. We shake hands. All right, it's cool. We deaded the situation. Even though it wasn't a situation, he gets my number. What happens next? My mans slaps academics or tells me that he slapped academics. What am I going to do? Well, what's the first thing that academics is probably going to think? Yo, I sanctioned that. So I'm going to hit academics and say, yo, listen, man, I know it's going to sound crazy, but like my man's just told me that, you know, you guys had this altercation. I just want to say that had nothing to do with me. I didn't mean to set you up. This was about some little baby stuff. I didn't know about that. And this is assuming that I didn't know that this was going to happen. I just want you to know that, like, you know, we talked earlier, but like, we're cool. Because you just want to get that out the way. Because the first assumption that that person is going to make is that you set it up. And then, like, let's say he's not proactive in that case. Because I would be proactive in that case. Because there's nothing more important than relationships in this world. But let's say you're not proactive. Academics certainly called the guy. He says, oh, he did not call me 15 times. He's lying. We know he called you. That's for sure. And we also know that you never spoke after that. Academics said, I've never talked to Tylil since. He's never talked to me since. So he calls you, and then you duck his calls after hearing what your mans did? That's another violation. You should have picked up at least, and then it could trigger your mind, be like, yo, I didn't know about this. You know, this is my man's. Like, you don't got to fix the situation, but you should at least take the responsibility from yourself in the eyes of an academic. Be like, yo, I didn't have anything to do with this. Like, whatever out, like that tag and stuff, yeah, I felt a type of way about that, but it's not serious to escalate to a physical altercation. But Tylil did not do that. But what's even crazier about the snakening that's going on right now is that Kyle Rich would reveal that he's not cool with Tylil now. So Kyle Rich on Cuffham's stream the day before academics even revealed the situation, he would be on Cuffham describing the situation because he was the guy on call with Gigi, and I'm just gonna play the clip for you guys right now.
The nigga that backdoored you, you don't need. The nigga that backdoored you, you don't know what the fuck that should be in the crib tied up, and you should be getting everything off that nigga phone. Fact.
Tylil, they got the video. I don't have the video, bro. Yes, bro.
What the fuck is going on in Clover? Holy shit, first dance, then Tylil. Like, what the fuck going on, my high? So Tylil recorded the video. Did he record it or he just got the video?
Once, whoever with him when I was telling the story, recorded it. I don't know who it was. Somebody with him.
All right, so everybody in the chat, y'all tell them to release the video then. If K Rich, that'll prove K Rich shit. I mean, release the whole video. How long the video you'll say it'll be? Like the call. How long was the call? Like that call y'all took, how long was it?
Read this message.
Hold on.
Let me just say the number real quick.
Just screenshot it. It better if you just screenshot it. So you won't like
true.
crop it. Oh nah, Clovo.
So here, Kyle Rich is saying that Tylil was the one that recorded him sneakily like this and sent the video off to Kai's assistant. And he would explain why he did that in this second clip.
I never Gigi. We never did anything. That is a friend. That is a bro. I look at her like a bro. If I need a point of view from a girl perspective, that's who I call. That's all that is. Yes, Tylil wanted to snitch on Gigi for the gift from Kai. Yes. And he put me in the middle of the shit. Now, it puts me and Kai at a weird space. Now he looking at me like, what the You feel me? So then, Tylil telling Kai the whole shit. So we want him out. Like, we want our relationship. He like, you know my birthday coming up. Like, bro, you know my birthday coming up. He said, if I tell you that, bro, I'm gonna get a birthday gift, bro. He don't give me a birthday gift. I'm like, what? I'm like, so you want to tell him that me and you be friends for a relationship? Not relationship, for a gift. So now I'm thinking like, hold on, cause you know, Kyle my mans, you feel me? Kyle my mans, bro. Like, so I had no ill intentions. Like, me and her being cool, like, it was no ill intentions. Like, nothing like that. So now I'm like, damn, bro, you trying to make it seem like I was with Gigi to make him break up with Gigi. And so you feel like you a W man's, and your birthday coming up, and you want a birthday gift. So I'm confused. I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. Like, only started like, well, y'all communicating though. Like, we was communicating because we been friends. Before she was in a relationship game, me and her been friends. Like, way before her and Kai. Like, we been friends. Like, we talk about life, all type of shit. Like, when I need girl perspective views, I call her. That's all that was. You feel me? Cool. All right, cool. I never, like I said in the beginning, gang. Y'all in here late. Y'all late.
So this guy even said he needed advice from Gigi. That's why he hit her up. And Tylil sneakily records the call. He sends the call off. So now this guy, Kyle Rich, has an issue, or Kai Cenat has an issue with him. So he burned that bridge. And for what reason? This guy was in the Urus with Tylil. So Tylil slimed this guy out. That was the person that allegedly slapped academics. And then now he's sliming this guy out to slime out Gigi and get that relationship killed for what this guy is saying he wants a birthday gift. And the way that Tylil addressed this was the following. I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Hottest, 110% fact. I'm going to tell him. And I remember exactly when you told me to. You feel me?
That's some real nigga shit.
But for you to go up there and say, I told him and I expected a birthday gift in return, you gonna lie on my name like that? You feel me? That's corny. Because I could have simply just went and made it seem as if, this trying to talk him and Gigi been sneaking around. I ain't do that. You say, Ty, me and Gigi been speaking, you feel me? If I go and tell Kai, I don't know how he's gonna react. You feel me? So what you think I should do? I said, you told me, I had no choice to tell him. But me and you can speak about how we gonna pitch it to him, how you been speaking, you feel me? And that's what we did. So when I told you,
nah, this is greaseball behavior. The way that he's trying to set this up, because you all set this up for Kai Cenat and Gigi to break up. And they did end up breaking up. And Gigi's even talking about you guys like you guys ruined the relationship. So Kyle Rich is not cool with Tylil anymore. Academics has not spoken to Tylil since. Kai Cenat was looking at this situation weird after the academic situation, but we don't even know where him and Tylil stand right now. So Tylil did not do a good job of anything of clearing up his name. He was very ambiguous. One thing that he repeatedly tried to do is invoke his plausible deniability and say, listen, man, I didn't know you got problems with other people. Listen, the guy did not just spawn next to academics and attempt to slap him, and you didn't hear about that situation at all. Like, give us some more details. What exactly happened that night? Because academics gave us a play-by-play. Tylil just gave us different bits and pieces of, I didn't know, like, what conversation happened in the car? Because you were in the car after that, or are you denying that you were in the Urus with that guy? Did he just never mention it at all? Let's be real here. So, Tylil's not getting away with this. And I feel like we're only going to discover more and more about Tylil's snaking behaviors. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see you on the next one.